Have you ever thought the NPCs in Skyrim didn't do enough river dancing? Well, don't worry, as Tom Bombadil III brings us Floppy, a mod which makes all the NPCs floppy and fly away like Michael Flatley on coke. I found the best way to enjoy this mod was simply to commit a crime and then watch the city from a high spot. Honestly, there isn't much more I can say about this one, so just watch this.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
This mod gets a 10 out of 10 because it's awesome, but also gets a 0 out of 10 because it makes the game basically unplayable. Our second mod is Curious Bird Mounts and Armies 1 by GG77, which adds dodos to the game. You can find an oversized dodo in Whiterun stables and ride it, although it's pretty crappy and turns like a tank. Also, the game adds dodo eggs which you can incubate by placing in a forge and turning into incubated dodo eggs. Throw the eggs, a la Minecraft, and you get baby dodos. They even follow you in a line, which is kinda cute. The mod title says Armies, although if you add too many dodos, your game crashes. So my dream of a 1,000 strong dodo army will sadly never come true. Only 6.66 out of 10 for this because I don't understand how putting an egg in a forge is classed as incubating. That's just cooking. Mod number 3 is PlayStation 1 Collection Installment 1 by Samuel Gertz 254. This adds a couple of helmets and swords reminiscent of old PlayStation games such as the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy and the Aku Aku mask from Crash Bandicoot. Only 7 out of 10 for this because it makes zero sense how the Aku Aku mask has an armor rating of 106, even though the majority of my head is showing. Mod number 4 is Holy Black Jesus, there's finally a fucking smelter in Falkreath. This mod simply adds a smelter in Falkreath, which is cool. I was more amazed, however, by the mod description, which goes a little something like this. Holy lactating llama nipple, is that a smelter in Falkreath? You bet your tender loving left nut it is. That lame ass forge and grinder, this is the real OG. I am literally vomiting out of my rectum in sheer joy of this smelter sent from the gods itself. Has your dumb nosed former self found yourself in that god's forsaken town of Falkreath and need to smelt some for your orgy? Not a problem, just go behind that asshole blacksmith house and it's plopped right there on the ground. Stick your in it. 7 out of 10. And lastly, Hipster the Khajit, spelt incorrectly, by 0, also spelt incorrectly. This just adds a follower in Whiterun who is a hipster cat. I'll shut up now and just give this one a 0 out of 10 because I wouldn't want this mod to become too mainstream. If you like this video then subscribe, if you didn't then don't, and feel free to suggest some more mods for me. Cheers.